Hello and welcome to the Sorta Late Show. Tonight we have Logan O'Brien, Josh Lyford, Carolyn Riley, and Etel Haxhiaj. Damn it! So close, Brian.
Good. No. What?
I put for some reason.
We talked about this.
I put whatever. And
okay, hold on. It's Etel Haxhiaj.
Etel Haxhiaj.
There you go. Put a little respect. That's your new city councilor coming up soon.
Etel, I'm in Florida. It does not count. Are you guys ready for your host tonight? Your host. There's a 50% chance he might have to leave to wipe his kid's poop off of some wall in his apartment. Sean Connolly.
Hey! Oh, wow. Doug, why are you still working with us?
Working would assume that I'm getting paid. I don't know why I hang out with you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you used to get paid.
Yeah, that was fun. Good times back then.
Doug, you said you're in Florida.
I am in Florida, where COVID has been cured, everybody. It's a don't ask, don't tell policy.
How long have you been there?
We got here Wednesday night. I think today's Saturday. And so that's about 3 or 4 days.
Wow. And how much longer are you there? Or are you going to die there?
It was a one-way ticket. It is so good down here. I think we're going back Tuesday. Sucks. What are you going to do? But it's great down here. Yeah, no, it's paradise. I'm in a t-shirt. It's paradise. I know the COVID thing, but listen, hey, didn't Massachusetts just say there's no such thing as COVID? I saw that. Didn't you guys just open everything up again?
How do you interpret laws?
Wait, why are you saying you guys? You've been in Florida for 3 days.
I am a Florida Keys native. We call them conks. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm an official conk now. I've been here for a long time.
I think people were calling you a different C word.
Another word that starts with C and ends with K.
Oh boy!
But actually, yeah, it's great. We're gonna have a show. I might have to leave to tell jokes to a bunch of people not wearing masks. It's gonna be awesome.
Doug talks about being in Key West like he's a girl who went 2 weeks in Europe for college.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My accent's gonna change.
Hey, speaking of, someone's from Germany. There you go.
Oh,
hey Siegfried.
Gesundheit.
And one viewer lost. Oh God.
Well, that's my sidekick, Doug Gurton. Everyone, hello to Doug. The one-man backing band and other sidekick, Brian O'Donnell, also my best friend and one true love.
Hell yeah.
We got a great show tonight. This is working out pretty. This looks nice, right?
We're having a nice time.
That's what people want to see. A couple of guys having a nice time.
Thanks for being here, Siegfried. Get ready for a nice time.
Yeah, we have a really great show. Let's start. I'm going to start off with some monologue jokes. Doug's favorite part of the show.
Oh, what could be better?
The best part about this now, though, is that no one can heckle me except for you two.
The same two that usually do.
Yeah, no different. Maybe your dad.
My dad he's on Twitch tonight. He's here.
Figured it out?
Yeah.
Good for him.
Yeah, my mom
Hi,
and
Tim.
dad.
How are you? Donna.
All right, here we go. I don't know if you guys heard about this, but Joe Biden was sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. President Biden took the oath with his right hand raised and his left hand on a Steely Dan Greatest Hits CD. Pretty cool. Did you know that they're named after a dildo? Pretty cool.
We do now.
From a cool book.
Kamala Harris became the first African American and Southeast Asian American and woman to become vice president. Joe Biden became the first president who was the son of a saltine cracker and the memories of a 50s situational comedy.
So wait, his mom was memories of a situational comedy,
Yeah.
and his father was a saltine cracker.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Nick.
They slept in separate beds because it was the 50s.
It's a little high concept for Doug.
No, I got it. I just want to make sure I heard it right. So from all the way down here, I can't really hear it.
You should yell it into a conch, Sean.
I'll get one for you. I know how to get them. They tell me how to get them.
Boston Mayor Marty Walsh was nominated to serve as the next Secretary of Labor. In response to the news, Walsh called up all of his ex-girlfriends and said, "How do you like them apples?" It's not your fault, Doug. A Worcester man with a warrant out for his arrest was found hiding inside of a mattress with a knife, giving a whole new meaning to Bobopedic.
Well, of course, that's not my fault. That's your fault. You wrote that joke.
And finally, staffer of the city manager, Che Anderson, has stepped down from his position at City Hall to take a job at UMass Medical School. After his last day, his name was ceremoniously put back on the Worcester Police Department's regular black guys to harass list. Good luck, Che.
Wow, Che made the monologue. What a big moment for him.
He can retire now. Let's get the show started.
Started. That's a good word.
Speaking of Doug getting COVID, we actually have someone here who actually has COVID, and he's here to talk about it. Please welcome Logan O'Brien.
Hey.
Really played up the part.
I haven't left my bed for days. I wasn't going to do it for you guys, you know.
Logan, how long has it been since you found out you were positive?
Tuesday, I got my test results back that told me I was a friendless loser. So,
not a friendless loser. If you must have been seeing people when you got
anything too popular.
Well, I got it from my coworker, so not even.
Oh, damn.
To be completely honest, I deserved to get it, but not this way. So,
did you have any symptoms?
No, my coworker left work last Friday because he couldn't smell or taste anything. So then I quarantined all weekend, got tested Sunday, and then it was written.
What have you been doing to pass the time? Because you live with people, right?
Yeah, I've been licking everybody's coffee mugs, just trying to make a friend in these isolated times. Trying to get someone to hang out with me. No, I've just been watching like so much fucking TV, and playing guitar. That's about it.
Sick, bro.
Yeah, I'm 16 again. If I play along to Enema of the State one more time, I think Tilson is gonna move out.
Win-win.
I'm gonna have to learn some Jay Giles or something if I'm gonna keep
He was a fun dad.
Yeah. God, he's old as fuck.
Yeah, we were really worried about him, honestly. I knew I'd survive, but I didn't want to take him out.
So no symptoms at all, just other than boredom stuck in your room.
Yeah, I mean, I've had like a very light headache sometimes, and like very slightly dulled sense of smell. But other than that, nothing.
Just chilling.
Yeah, people have no idea when I'm walking around the grocery store that like I'm pulsing with COVID.
Just shedding virus everywhere.
Do you leave the room?
Yeah, I do this fun thing where I text everybody. I go, "Ooh, I'm coming down for a glass of water." Everybody hides in their rooms until I get back there.
I love that you like haunt your apartment.
Yeah, I do. I stomp on the floor late at night. I'm like, hope you don't have to sleep, motherfucker. Neither can I.
I slept all day, so I'm awake now.
I can't tell if I know insomnia is a side effect. I can't tell if I have that or if it's because I haven't drank since Tuesday and my body's like withdrawing.
Yeah, if anything, this could be good for you. Like, no drinking, no drugs. You're just gonna be living clean for 14 days.
That's true. I can't even smoke weed because I know I'll get like really scared that I actually am dying, and then it'll ruin my high.
Yeah,
You get over that.
Doug, do you have any questions for Logan? As
Well, I'm happy to see you don't get any symptoms. I think we have the same kind of diet and lifestyle, so I'm assuming that if I get it, I'll be fine.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, Doug is older than Tilson, so.
All right. Well, yeah.
But Tilson's probably more fit, I would say.
Oh, yes. You could have said anything before is more fit.
Yeah, John walks around without a shirt on, no problem. Everybody else in this house has shame.
Well, I call it dignity, actually.
What shows have you been watching?
I just started The Boys. I've been guilting people into giving me their sign-ins for things that I don't have. So I'm loaded up right now, baby. I got it all.
Hell yeah.
Are you going to be watching the Fight Island fights?
Oh, of course. That'll be the biggest try not to drink challenge so far.
I can't say your Super Bowl, but it's like this is what you've been looking forward to all week, is being able to watch fights because you've just been playing guitar and watching TV shows.
I've been looking forward to the McGregor fight since like November, and then when my coworker was like, "Oh yeah, I think I have COVID," I was like, "If I have to watch this fight alone in my room, I will kill myself." So a lot riding. If he loses, this might be the last time anybody sees me.
Oh, nice. We got it documented. What a show.
You're welcome, world.
Yeah.
Were you wearing a mask? Was your coworker wearing a mask?
So we like the people. I work with like four other guys, like in close proximity, and we kind of adopted like the mentality of whatever. Like,
same down here. You'd fit in well down at Key West.
Well, we wear masks when anybody that's not in our department comes in, but we're just like in the room together all day, and we were just like, none of us really want to like sit here with the mask on for 9 hours, so fuck it. And then that's, you reap what you sow on that.
Yeah. It was a nice little scientific experiment you guys did.
Yeah, which is funny because the guy that gave it to me is actually like a Biden guy, but like everybody else in the building I work in, like there are Trump flags still hanging, like still say Trump 2020, make America great again.
Want to add it, Logan? He has COVID.
I'm like, why the fuck couldn't it be one of them?
Hey guys, want to have a guest appearance? He wants to say hi to Logan.
Oh.
Stay away from me, Logan.
Dan Bulger, everyone.
Whoa. Lean a little closer, Dan.
It's got nothing to do with COVID. Just stay away from me. Henceforth. Have you tickled Tilson yet?
I tried. He's slippery. He gets away real fast.
Grab this just for men. Put it up your ass. How are you? Are you symptomatic?
No, totally symptomless.
Ah, bummer.
Sorry, I'm working on it. I'll try harder.
Yeah. We fake it. like a good woman. Conley, is this your new place?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I know, huh?
That would cost, you would have to have been a fucking murderer to get that house in Boston.
I know. This is, I actually just robbed someone for it.
Yeah. The mill done closed and you reap the benefits.
Hey.
Jesus, that's amazing.
Yeah.
How
Should I go one more question? Go ahead.
I don't have any more questions. Did I get more laughs than Doug?
Yes.
Of course.
Yeah. Before you got on.
All right, cool. Later, Doug.
You just want to say hi to Logan.
Yeah. Has
That's
this forced
Light of
you
my
to
life.
confront your mortality at all? Are you going to do things differently when you
You
get
know,
out of
sometimes when I can't sleep at like 3 a.m, I think that, and then I wake up and I'm like, that was fucking dumb. I mean, I'll probably. Well, you know, the one thing I would have changed, I guess, is wear a mask at work. But like, what the fuck's the point now? I can't get it for like a few months.
Probably. I mean, yeah, your grasp on science wasn't great before this, so I don't know if you want
I'm
to
pretty sure he has a handle on it now, though.
I don't know. I think Verdict's still out on that one.
Yeah.
Well, Logan, do you have any tips for the viewers out there?
Yeah, just make sure you have friends that have better streaming subscriptions than you, and just a nice case of puppy dog eyes. And a guitar, I guess.
Yeah, learn guitar if you don't know how to play.
Yeah.
Logan, good luck. Have fun.
Enjoy.
I'll try.
Stay safe.
All right. Well,
All right, love you, buddy.
Fellas. This was fun.
That was
Great job,
great.
Logan.
Bye, Logan. Wow.
Poor guy.
See him again. That's so crazy.
I know that was a goodbye right there.
Might be the last we see of him.
Yep. Yeah, same with you.
And me. Yeah.
This show's gonna be at 50% next month.
And if I have it, Bulger has it. So we're going 3 for 5.
Well, let's move this show right along. We have a great comedian coming up. She's so funny. Funniest person in Massachusetts, in fact. She won a thing back when there was live performances.
There still is. I'm about to.
Idiot.
And she's really great. You're going to love her. Please put your hands together at home for Carolyn Riley.
Yeah.
Yay! Wow, here I am. Hello. This is fun. Love doing comedy in the clothes I'm about to work out in after. Very humbling. I'd like to start out by addressing my background because I would hate for anyone to be misled and think that a career in comedy could lead you to having a bedroom with wall sconces. That's not possible. I am in like a couple weeks into the pandemic back when in New York everyone thought we were all going to die like at the same time. This guy I'd been on like 4 dates with was like, oh, like, my grandmother has like a summer house like an hour north of the city. Do you want to just go for like the weekend to like get out of here? And I was like, sure. And now, like 11 months later, I'm still here. So I am here by choice. I do have to clarify that. But it's wild. I feel like I had like amnesia and woke up after a blackout and like discovered I was married in like a house that isn't mine. So I'm like all this like old woman's shit. I'm like, I did not register for these corn cob holders. Like, it is crazy. But no, it's probably, I feel like the pandemic was good timing because like I definitely needed to take a break. So like the forced monogamy of it was probably good. Because I realized like my list of guys I had been going out with just sounded like a Catholic school confirmation class roster. So it's been pretty weird because I moved from Boston. So it's like probably good that I like kind of reined it in. I was dating a guy before, like I went out before this, and I was trying to go out with people that were older because I don't know if you can tell by like my voice and entire personality, but like if I date guys my own age, feels like I'm just like kind of their guidance counselor. So I mostly end up like giving them feedback on their LinkedIn profile. And so I went out with this guy who was like, I think he was like 35. And I show up and I see that he has like a ring on his hand. And I'm trying to figure out like, is that like a wedding ring? Like I was not sure when I saw. So I was like, how do I ask him politely? So I said to him, is that a wedding ring? And he was like, no, God, no. This is my Harvard class ring. And I was like, oh, that is worse. Much worse. You should have told me you were emotionally unavailable, sir. Now. If you told me when, like, I moved to New York in the fall of 2019. I was only there for like 5 or 6 months before this whole thing started. If you told me during my first year living in New York that a like global pandemic would happen, forcing us into our houses for a year, and that I'd find a guy in Manhattan that was looking for something exclusive, I would be more shocked by the second part. So I'm still pretty sure it's not true. He said the other day, he's like, I think we should have like a couple goal, like learning a language or something, which was surprising to me because I thought our couple goal already was just to remain one. So I have no desire to have any additional challenges added to the current list of things I have to survive every single day, but it's pretty crazy. I used to say that like you weren't allowed to say I love you during quarantine because it's kind of the same thing as saying it like right after sex, because you're just kind of like, do I actually feel this way, or do I just like want to cry in someone's arms right now and not have any options? Before this whole situation started, I had surgery on my heart. It wasn't like major, like open heart surgery or anything. It was like a pretty standard procedure. I had like a ablation done, which a lot of other 47-year-old men have had as well. And, I had this condition where my heart rate would accelerate to like 220 beats per minute all the time for no reason, which is crazy because that's like 3 times what your resting heart rate is supposed to be. And it's also crazy because I've never been excited. But so what they do is like they have to go in through veins in like your bikini line basically, and they like go up these veins into your heart, and they either like burn or freeze the part of your heart that's causing it to double beat. So I had part of my heart frozen, and I was like, checks off like a pretty big bucket list item for me, honestly. I asked if they could do the entire thing while they were in there, and they said if we can find it. So, yeah. And then me and my surgeon just high-fived and enjoyed being equally skilled in the medical and comedy fields. They were describing the procedure beforehand. Like they were like, it might be like really uncomfortable because you have to like lie there. And in my case, I had to be awake for it, which is crazy. I was like, why don't you just like use leeches? Like that's wild. But they were like, you have to lie there awake, and you're gonna be like pretty uncomfortable because we have to try to get your heart rate going. So we're gonna be like operating in like your lady parts area, and also like pumping adrenaline through you to try to like get your heart rate accelerated. And I was like, you mean I have to lie on my back with my pants off while a guy tries to get me to feel something? I don't know how I'll prepare for that. But no, it was good. Finally, Stony State School did prepare me for something in the real world. So people do think that joke is about the student body, but I do want to specify it is about a professor. I got the instructions for the procedure ahead of time, like all the things about like when you should like stop eating and all this stuff. And one of the instructions was that I had to shave all my body hair from the waist down. And I was like, this was written by a man. You need all of it gone. Like you need it neatly trimmed and you'll work around it. But no, I didn't do it because it's in 2005 or porn. So I was like, no deal. I went in there that day and I explained to them, I was like, look, I was like a women's studies major. I didn't want to go all the way, but I've given you a very hospitable working environment, and that's going to be it. And they were like, honestly, that's great. We really respect that about you. No, they did not. They shaved me in front of my mom. Nothing is quite as empowering as having a nurse hold your ankle steady because you are very ticklish, while telling you it didn't have to be this way. So great. I've been thinking. I turned 26 recently, which is a weird age because if I say that I am starting to feel old, most people will tell me to go fuck myself. And if I say that I am still really young, most people will secretly be like, "You're not that young." Like it doesn't really count either way. And I've decided that like now that I'm like scared of feeling like my youth is like fleeting, I think that we should make a reboot of 16 and Pregnant that's just 26 and Pregnant. Because that seems so much scarier to me. Because like you almost have money, but you like have to move back in. You like just got booted off your parents' health insurance like 3 months ago, and now should have done it when you were 24. But all right, well that's pretty much. I'll leave you with this. I think right now is a really important time to make sure that we're checking in on our loved ones, make sure that they're not becoming born again Christians. Because that is a gateway drug to being an anti-vaxxer, which is going to get us into this again, which is the circle of life. So make sure that nobody that you know is getting so depressed that they're finding faith. Thank you very much. I'm Carolyn Riley.
Yeah.
Carolyn Riley, everybody. Nice work, Carolyn.
Thank you.
So this is part of Corbe's house.
Yeah, it's his grandmother's house.
Grandmother's house. It looked like does she live in a hotel?
Oh, this is the guest room.
Oh, yeah. Well, she makes it look just like a Motel 6. Really
Hotel
good.
guest room.
Yeah. It feels. I have to take like work calls from here, and I hate it because it's just like it feels like so sterile. Like
Yeah, it does.
I can't be this boring and have this boring a room.
Because I've seen pictures of the rest of the house. It's beautiful.
Thank you. It's very nice. Yeah, she actually.
You're like, it's yours? You said thank you.
Thanks so
Oh,
much.
yeah. Well,
We
thank
love
you
what you
on
did
behalf
with the
of-
place, Carolyn.
I stole it, but yeah. I have squatters' rights now. But she's only here like 6 months out of the year. I've been here for 11 and counting, so I think I have.
So,
Yours
Yeah.
now.
plus, you could probably take her.
Easily for sure. Although she just got her first vaccine installment, so she could probably just cop on me after a plane ride, and I'd be out. But
Damn.
yeah.
How else has quarantine been? Have you left at all? Are you
Oh
staying-
yeah, we went back to New York City for like 3 months, but just like when it was like not super crazy, like the summer when there was like outdoor dining and like you could go drink in parks and generally in public more. So it was like fun for then, but then when it got cold and we wanted to do like holidays, we came back here. So it's just because it's so cold that it's like claustrophobic to stay in your apartment in the city, but
Totally.
when it's warmer, it's like pretty fun there and there's still a lot of people. So
Yeah. Good. Are you doing anything else? Is there anything? I know this is like the question where it's like, are you promoting anything? Is there anything going on otherwise for you? I know that's weird.
just
question.
making sure people aren't becoming born again Christians. That's really no, I don't. That's it.
Cool.
You DM me and say, "Do you want to do this show in 2 days?" I'll probably say, "Sure," and then I'll work.
Good to know.
How can people follow you? How can people follow you?
Instagram is at Criley a River, CRILEY a River, and then Twitter is that +94 Criley River 94.
Great.
Thank
Awesome.
you so much.
Thank you, Carolyn. Bye.
Bye, Carolyn. Good
Yeah,
job.
Corbe.
Yeah.
Oh wow, she's so funny. Like it's stand-up sets are hit or miss on this format, and that was great.
Hell yeah.
That ruled.
Doug's are in live too, hit or miss, and it's gonna be hit or miss in Key West tonight.
Doug rattling his microphone though is killing tonight.
I might be a little fidgety.
I've had to mute it so many times.
I thought. Can you hear like the ambiance music, like the crowd and shit behind me? No,
No, just
Not
you
really.
rattling the mic really
just
loud.
like when I do shit like this.
Yeah.
That and
Constantly.
whispering to Bulger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
you wanna see
yeah, he
Logan?
came in.
Yeah, hey, do you want to see Logan? He's dead basically.
Logan's dying. You want to see Logan before he dies?
Well, hey, we have more great show. We're gonna cut to a quick commercial break.
Listen to the Seltzer Time podcast. It's good for your health. Do it. Why haven't you done it?
Yeah.
Norbert P. Fuzzbutt here for Leg Lickers Incorporated. Do you have legs that are slightly damp or covered in something delicious? Consider them lick. We handle all kinds of legs. Smooth legs, hairy legs, cherry legs. We lick them all. Just call 555 Leg Lick. That's 555 Leg Lick to speak at one of our representatives. There's no charge for our service, so call now.
I love all the sponsors we're getting. This is great.
It's good stuff. It's really good stuff. Really coming up. You should consider subscribing to Woot Nanny Comedy on
Is
Twitch.
this what happens when I go to Florida?
Yes, we get great.
Yeah. Making deals left and right.
Well, it's time for our interviews. We got two great guests tonight. Our first is running for city council. So excited. Love this voice in the city. I'm very happy that she agreed to be on the show. Please, warm welcome to Etel Haxhiaj.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hey, Etel.
Hi, you said my name right.
Yeah, I had to show up drunk. That's
No,
really what
my
it
mom
was.
just called me. She's really mad at you.
Look,
Yeah.
ask her for my forgiveness. I apologize. I may or may not have been drinking for the last 78 hours.
Going to retire, I'll be in community.
40 years.
Yep, you're going to have to make a lot of amends.
Yeah. That's a long list.
No,
Yep.
you're going to have to visit every Dunkin' Donuts in Worcester.
Yep.
I think that's check. All right, we're good.
May your coffee be safe is all I have to say.
Thank
you so much. I appreciate that. I needed that. I'm
How
now going
are
to never
you?
touch the microphone.
I'm doing really well. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you're running for city council, yes?
I am running for city council, glutton for punishment for District 5.
District 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo. Well, why? Tell me why first. Why are you a glutton for punishment and actually trying to do this?
You don't do this thing unless you really love serving people and listening and pushing for ideas that I'm really passionate about. I came really close last year. I came in within hundreds of votes to winning a seat on city council, built a really strong campaign, really strong coalition, and I'm not a quitter. And I said I wasn't done, and here I am. I'm not done.
I mean, my father, who was a political reporter for years, said it's hard to win your first time.
Yeah.
People always have to run more than once to be able to keep building up that coalition and name recognition and all that. And so yeah, it's great. So District 5, did you run? You ran at large last time, right?
I ran at large last year, and an opportunity came up. Council Wally is switching to the at large field. I've lived in this district for a while now. It's home. I love, like I said, I love talking to people, and this gives me an opportunity to do that in a more focused way. And I jumped at the opportunity. Felt like a really good one.
Yeah. Well, so what do you want to see done in District 5?
Well, I think like District 5, like other parts of the city, has different issues percolating, whether it's green space, open space, walkability, whether it's pedestrian safety. And in general, I think there's parts of the district that don't get as much attention. So you have two big public housing projects, Lincoln at Lakeside Avenue and Washington Heights. There's Webster Square. There's parts of the district that normally don't get as much attention. And I'm just excited to listen and hear what people have to say and hopefully represent them in the best way I can.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you don't know, if people don't know where District 5 is, what encompasses District 5? You said Webster Square.
Yeah.
Where else?
It's a big area. So it goes as far as Webster Square, Hurt Street, right on the line of Auburn and Leicester, Park Avenue, Highland, sort of what people consider the west side of the city, Cold Pond area. So there's, like my friend Nicole Apostola says, there's different microcosms, little neighborhoods that have all their different characters. I live right off of Main Street, so in the Coast Pond area, Columbus Park area. And so it's exciting. Yeah, that's home. So
yeah, it's like their own little cities within cities. Like it's so funny because you got even within Webster Square, you got the Popeyes area, which is a whole lot different than the Barrows Hardware area. Like those are and that's at Webster Square at the same thing. There's Jeremiah's Inn right there. It's like everything. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a very diverse. It's a very diverse microcosm of the city, and it's got a lot of parks and beautiful places, and it's exciting for I'm a mom of 2 boys, and so I love that I can take them to parks and walk down the street without getting hit. So yeah,
Yeah,
I'm excited.
Okay, what brought you to Worcester?
Oh, so I grew up in Albania, as you can tell from my very not hard to pronounce last name. Might have been part of the reason I didn't win last time too. People didn't know how to pronounce my last name. So my family and I was 17 when I left Albania as a result of a lot of political upheaval. We lived undocumented and crossed the border to Greece and Athens, where I lived with my mom and dad and my 85-year-old grandma for 2 years undocumented. It's quite an experience.
Yeah.
And by virtue of a computer picking my dad's name, who applied for the green card lottery, at age 19, I ended up in Worcester. I am now 40, so I have been here for quite a while.
Wow.
And I came to Worcester as a result of Clark University, and this is where I'm growing my family, my beautiful 2 boys, and yeah, I'm excited. I don't plan on going anywhere.
Good. You went to Clark?
I did. Yeah, for both my bachelor's and my master's degree.
Wow. In what?
Well, I did both international development and social change for my bachelor's because I plan to travel the world. And one of my dreams was to go back to my country and see if I could be part of the generation of those of us that left in the 90s. To go back and make change. And then I decided I fell in love with Worcester. So I did my master's degree in community development and planning. And all it took is me getting involved in the community to really fall in love with this place and pretty much dedicate my entire 20 years or so that I've been here to serving the community in many different ways.
Yeah. What different ways have you served the community? Who you work with?
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah, so I started as a youth worker. Actually, I started as a community mediator, working in the courts and trying to help regular folks try to resolve conflicts outside of the court system. And then I became a youth worker, so I ran conflict resolution programs in Worcester Public Schools and Boston Public Schools. And then I worked for the Attorney General's office, did a lot of constituency services there, hence a lot of my passion around just talking to regular people, helping them solve problems, navigate the very complicated systems. And I ran a wonderful youth program, the best job that I'll ever have, Dynamic Youth Academy, helping high school kids, first generation. I'm not a first generation, but kids who come from similar backgrounds like mine to be able to get to college. I recently worked as an organizer for Mothers Out Front. So I started a team of moms here in Worcester, like myself, to work around climate justice issues, focusing on gas leaks. And now I work as the Director of Public Education and Advocacy at Central Mass Housing Alliance. And in between all those things, I've also done just a lot of organizing around economic racial justice. Just organizing is my passion. And I see a campaign as an opportunity to organize people, resources, so that everybody has a piece of the pie.
Absolutely. Wow. I mean, that's some CV right there. That's a lot.
And I'm a mom of 2 boys.
and a mom of 2 boys. I mean, crazy.
Yeah.
It's very impressive. And so, all right, how's running a campaign in a global pandemic?
Well, things haven't started to crank up yet because we all aspiring candidates pick up papers on February 2nd. It will be interesting. We'll see how things go, but my commitment is to be safe and knock on as many doors as possible, talk to as many people as possible. We'll figure out ways to be creative, reach people through social media. I think at the end of the day, people really love talking to a candidate, relating to them personally. It's why I love organizing, and it's why I love running for office, is that it gives you an opportunity to connect face to face with people. People get a sense of who you are and how you interact with people. And whether that will be somewhat digitally, someone through these forums, or through door knocking, remains my core commitment. So we'll be creative, and it's a little bit challenging with kids at home too, but nothing I cannot do.
I believe it 100%. What's something? So you said District 5 changes. What about the city? What's something the city needs a wake up call on?
I think in general, as I mentioned in my 2019 campaign, one of the biggest core values for me is that no matter what changes we make, no matter what developers come to Worcester, no matter what economic development brings, is that everybody needs to benefit from it, whether that's housing, whether that's climate, whether that's changing in zoning. I think that in general, especially for me, what's super important is that communities that have traditionally left out of decision-making or benefits from anything that we do, that they're included in the process, and not just included in the process, but that they are consulted, their feedback is received and incorporated in all policy decision makings that we make. And so whether that's environmental justice, whether that's creating more housing opportunities or job opportunities, my goal has and always will be to make sure that everyone is included, whether it's District 5, whether it's District 4, whether it's District 1, 2, where's the rest of the city? I mean, the job of a city councilor, first and foremost, is to be good stewards of the resources that we have, so that every single one of us, especially those that have been left behind traditionally and historically, have the ability to thrive and have a life for themselves and their grandchildren.
Great answer. Yeah, I mean, a lot. I mean, yeah. What does Worcester Square have to do with the new Red Sox stadium? That's a great focus. That's a positive thing that a lot of people think is a positive thing in the city, but that's not the whole picture of the city, right?
It's not the whole picture of the city. It's exciting to see good things coming to the city and good opportunities. My question has always been, is, and will always be, how do these developments and how do these improvements include and benefit all of us? Are Worcester residents getting jobs? Are people of color getting jobs? Are young people getting opportunities? Are we creating opportunities for people that are left out of decision making? So it doesn't matter which corner of the city we're talking about. For me, the most important question is that we don't talk about equity for the sake of sounding woke. It is so that we can practice it in all of our decisions. And that's what I'll always advocate for.
That's fantastic.
Great. Yeah. I have a question, and it might be a little bit of a hard-hitting question, but why is Gary Rosen so obsessed with pickleball? Do we know? Is he getting kickbacks from Big Pickleball? What's happening?
I don't know how to answer that question.
Well,
just honestly.
I have no idea.
He's, it's gonna be an issue when he leaves. We're gonna have to deal with all the pickleball fallout that he's created.
All I know is that Gary Rosen has been a great advocate for Worcester Fair, so I want to give a shout out and a plug in for Zero Fair, WRTA. I'm actually grateful. He went from the WRTA is obsolete to being a huge advocate, so I'll forgive him whatever the pickleball. really helpful to us.
Okay, I have another hard hitting question.
Oh boy, okay.
And this, you're part of the Albanian community.
I am.
And you're very, as you said, you lived in District 5 for a long time. What's the best pizza place in District 5?
Oh, there's Jason's Pizza out on June Street.
Okay.
They have really good pizza. They also have really good chicken wings. My kids love them.
All right, that's a pretty good answer. The correct answer is actually fresh way pizza, though. I'm sorry, it's fresh way. Yeah. Fresh way pizza is the best pizza.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Are any of those sponsors, or what is happening right now?
Hey, your Albanians are really good at a lot of things, and we're kicking some butt in the restaurant business. So I'm really proud of our community.
Absolutely.
Yes, absolutely.
Guys, I'm wearing red. That's just a tribute to my Albanian flag. So thanks, Sean, for the shout out to us. You're wearing red too.
This, you know where this jacket comes from?
Ah.
This is from the Centrum. This is an original Usher Centrum jacket.
Okay. It's very Albanian looking. That's all I have to say.
I think Centrum hired a lot of Albanians right off the bat when they came in here.
Is this when I actually quizzed Doug to actually say my name properly this time?
Yes, do it.
All right, Doug, go ahead.
Italy.
We're going to have the entire Albanian community now. Really upset.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
All right, here we go. Etel. Haxhiaj.
Yeah, you got it.
Hey, look at that.
It's
He's having a bag and
Haxhiaj.
You know, the craziest thing about that is Doug can't read. So it's pretty impressive.
Pretty impressive. Usually people stop at, they hear the name, they go, oh, it's Etel. No, it's Etel. Oh, it's Etel. So they move to the second last name and they go, oh, it's Hugs. And then they just stop there.
Yeah. You said was the pronunciation a hindrance in running?
Listen, when I asked my dad what he thought, so my dad passed away unfortunately right as I was launching my campaign. But we had this really serious conversation about, Dad, do I do this or not? There was his dream to see his daughter come to the United States after so much struggle that we went through. And he knows this is a lot of work. It's a very vulnerable process. You get attacked, you get misunderstood, you get put into boxes that you don't belong.
Sure.
And so the thing that he said to me, he goes, all right, so you don't have an Irish last name. We're foreigners. You are Muslim. And so you want to do this. And I said that those are exactly the reasons why I want to do it. And so... Yeah. Yeah. So it wasn't a hindrance, but obviously traditionally, it's not that a last name like that. It's easy to roll off your tongue, and it's a foreign name. So, but I think what's interesting is that people were really the last time around, people were really excited about seeing people that represent the fabric of our community, and that's part of my identity. I'm also a mother. I bring that perspective to the table. I'm an activist. I'm an organizer. I'm not one thing. So it's just fun. I have to educate people on how to say it. So it's fun.
Yeah, you seem like you're handling it pretty well. I mean, in our private chat here with the group of people on the show, you're saying your mother's going to kill Doug, but face wise,
I'll make you extra food if you actually commit to saying my name right.
Perfect. That's right. I'll keep practicing all night.
Keep practicing. Yeah.
No, but you handle it really well. Like just like Kamala Harris handled Sonia Sotomayor saying her name wrong when she was getting sworn in. I feel like you handle it with the same grace. It just doesn't you're almost used to it in a way, and you don't take offense to it anymore.
It's a really good icebreaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it just breaks the ice right away, and it gives me an opportunity to talk about my culture and my history and what has shaped me. So why not? I use it as a way to bridge the gap.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's really cool. You said when do papers go out
So February 2nd, it's when candidates pick up their papers. For district, I have to collect 100 signatures unless city council decides to change it as a result of the pandemic. Either way, I'll turn over 200, obviously. By May, I believe, mid-May, we have to return them back to election commission so they can verify it. And then the election is actually November 2nd.
And so how can people follow you, figure out how to give you a signature? Yeah, all that great stuff.
Yeah, so when it's time for us to get our operation off the ground, we'll probably announce it on Facebook. So it's Etel for Worcester. If you go to Facebook, or you could go to etelforworcester.com. But probably Facebook is the best way to stay tuned for volunteer opportunities. So anyone listening, whether you live in District 5 or not, you're more than welcome to jump on board and help us get 100 plus signatures and talk to people. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's great. Etel, thank you so much for coming on the show.
You're very welcome. It's been a pleasure.
Great.
Great
Good
job.
to see you. Etel Haxhiaj, everybody.
Yeah. That was really great.
That was great. She's awesome. I hope she wins. I hope people vote for her. I'm not in District 5, but I'd knock at District 5 or yell from the corner of District 5. Whatever the safe thing is to do. Doug, what's the safe thing to do?
I've lost all the definition of safe since I've been down here. I don't know what that means.
Oh man, I cannot believe she kept doing the interview after Doug did that. That's so just shows a lot of grace. I will say.
Yeah.
Yes.
He deserves to win just for that.
Yeah.
For like, you know, how many Dougs live in District 5 for like on Mill Street alone?
Yeah,
I used to live in District 5, I think.
Yeah, I think you did.
I think I did.
Here you go.
Well, we have one last guest for tonight. He's great. He's been on the show. I think this is now breaking the record. He's been on the Sort of Late Show more times than any other person ever. He's the crutch that I lean on for having a good guest on this show. He's fantastic. He's the new editor at Pulse Magazine. Yes, that's still a magazine. Give it up for Josh Lyford.
My God.
Yeah.
Hey, is that true that I've broken records over here, Sean?
Yeah, bro.
Twice. Two times.
You've been on this is now your third time.
Oh, the second one is the one I forgot. The first one was very good.
We all forgot it.
How you boys doing?
Yeah, you've been on 3 times, and John Short's been on 3 times. You guys are the people who have been on the most. The mayor's only been on twice.
The 2 most handsome men in Worcester County.
Nailed it.
True.
It's true.
Yeah. Best hair.
Thank you. I was going to say I grew it myself, but then I felt self-conscious, and then I said it anyways.
Josh, you have had a ride this quarantine.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I sure have.
It's amazing you look so bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, to be honest with you.
It's these Willie Super Bro. I've been really into them. It's like half the movie. I also saw my doctor earlier before the show. Dr. McGillicuddy, MD. Yeah, how you guys doing? You're surviving? This right now, I was just checking out the stats. This is you guys almost came close to the second smallest Foxfire show attendance of all time. So I'm in good company right now.
Hey. Was
that too rough? Was that over the line?
No. Yeah. So I mean, like you were at at Worcester Magazine. You left Worcester Magazine. You were working odd jobs. What's going on?
I thought that was me. I thought the dogs learned how to speak.
Now we muted Doug.
Yeah.
Thank God.
It's mostly dogs in that audience, I'm sure.
That's
Doug just typed in the private chat. Can you hear the show behind me?
That was the din of people storming the Florida Capitol, probably in the background right now.
They're still walking through the swamp.
I came unprepared as always, Sean. So if you've got no questions, I could just go wild for a while. Whatever you want, buddy.
No, I mean, I think it's just crazy that the trip you've been on to finally be at another publication. You were writing, like having a time in your life, and then like the Worcester Magazine kept getting sold and moved around, and your voice was no longer needed, and then you were like in a warehouse and possibly almost getting COVID, and then now you're back being a writer.
Man, I got dark. It got real dark. It's still dark, but it's less dark. There's like a light somewhere. I will tell you, if anybody at 35 wants to have like a realization about where their life is going, where it's been, whether or not you've made the right decisions, getting fired, let go from a independently owned magazine after it's purchased by the larger daily paper, and then immediately losing all your money and going into the UPS warehouse for a full year. It will open your eyes, dude. It was a ride. But I will say this: when I was approached by Paul for the Pulse job, obviously I haven't been there that long. I don't have a ton of great stories, but right now, I will give Paul Giorgio more credit than anybody else probably on the planet. He took me into his office and said, "Hey, I know I fired you 10 years ago, but would you come be the editor of Pulse magazine now?" And my answer was yes, with the parentheses inside my head of, I am in the UPS warehouse. I will do anything. I will shine your shoes. Now, get me out of there.
How's he working for Paul Giorgio? I mean, he's your boss. You can't really talk negatively of him. So
no, we've got a pretty cool arrangement. It's like generally a freelance setup. I am the editor, but I'm riding by the seat of my pants, as my dad and other older people say. But he will absolutely tell you what's on his mind, without a doubt, instantly. And he does not mind if you tell him exactly what's on your mind. So we have, I guess, an understanding. When you find out that I suddenly have been let go, those words will come back and hit me in the ass.
When you're all of a sudden wearing a lot more brown again.
I never even got to the point where I got to wear brown. I was at the point where I was wearing like Reebok running shorts and a tank top. That's where I was at. And I brought not deviled eggs.
Oh, you were a pop punk lead singer?
Almost. See, this is, if you follow the path from the start, it's a story. It's like a legendary saga of a dipshit overachieving and then seeing the error of his ways and being crushed into dust over and over again. It's like work really hard and it never makes sense, and you kind of like got this imposter syndrome scenario where you're like, I'm not really sure how I got here. I'm not talented enough. I didn't work hard enough. And then 10 years later, you've done it, and someone says, buddy, you really did not deserve to ever be here. You got to get going, and then rebuilding, and then you get to that same point over and over again. But the UPS thing has given me the perspective that, fuck it, man. I don't know. What else am I gonna do? Might as well keep grinding.
You're like living a fantasy like storyline. You're like the fantasy stories you like to write and read about. You are the main character of that.
Yeah, this would be a pretty bleak story. I think this would definitely be like
yeah.
2010.
There's
era.
one.
I'm looking for the really big third act.
Yeah.
There's
one about a guy going up a hill and then coming back down the hill a lot.
Except imagine if that story, Sisyphus was never pushing very hard. He was just like at the boulder.
Someone was going up the hill.
Just like ripping a bong with the rock on his back, just like
please.
Sir, he's classy, okay, Sean?
I was really curious, as all of you guys know, Doug, I know we don't know each other quite as well, but Brian and Sean, we know each other pretty well. Okay, well, now that we know each other better, there's never really been a plan, obviously, which I'm learning now. There's a reason my dad and like older folks have always told me to have a plan, because now I'm staring down 40 and, there is no plan. I'm glad to be writing. I'm glad to be assigning cool stories, and I'm really excited to see where Pulse can go. But if anyone is ever curious as to if I know what the next step is, I sure don't. I didn't even know what you were going to ask me tonight. I was like, I guess he just wants to talk to the guy, the famous Beaverbrook Park celebrity whose dog screams at everyone that walks by 10 times a day.
Yeah, I think it's so funny. You always complain about how your dog is so bad, but then everything you post, it looks like the sweetest, nicest boy of all time.
He's full of shit. He's a total monster. He's also my best friend in the kind of like Greek tragedy style. My best friend is a monster. He's not treating me well. Earlier, I gave him a peanut butter bone, and he tried to chomp at us. It's no good.
I want to take issue with one thing that you said. We were talking about your dad telling you to have a plan and how you don't have a plan and how they were smarter, intimating that they were smarter. It was a little different when back then the plan was just work at Norton starting at age 18 and you could buy a pool in 2 years. Like it's
I
different.
would really like, Brian, and I'm pretty sure you know this about me. Anything I've said, take with a grain of salt. I have an intense anger to the whole world and the system that is. If you don't have 4 Willys Super Brews in me, you can probably get a much darker response. But right now I'm feeling pretty good. The dogs are snoozing. My partner Sophia helped me kind of decorate behind me. I washed my hair this morning. I'm feeling pretty good.
You look great.
Great.
It
looks great in there. Yeah.
Thanks. Like I said, I watched it this morning, which I didn't. And also, I'm missing a Bruins game for this, which is like,
wow.
You might as well have cut my liver out, man.
Well, I mean, you'll get the third period, right?
That's what I'm hoping for.
Unless we keep him here, just
yeah. Let's just hold him hostage now.
Write it out. This is the most interesting thing I've done in like 6 months, and I'm not. That's not a joke. That's real.
Well, I wanted to pitch you something for the Pulse.
Please.
My whole life, the poll. Yes, I do actually. No, this wouldn't require a lot of writing. This would just be that the centerfold would just be me, Sean, and Doug, like pretending to be at cool places with cool people. Just all pictures of us and standing in front of different cool bars in Worcester.
So you just made it past the first bar. You have my approval. There's the second bar, and that's the gentleman who we're allowed to speak openly with one another. He's got his own opinions on things. Every Thursday we meet on Zoom at 11 a.m.
All right, I'll jump on.
I'll invite you over. Kevin Law, who's absolutely fantastic. He's my coworker over there. He's amazing. He's in charge of our Zoom meetings because he has the unlimited Zoom. So you got to go through him. I don't know. Got to buy him something nice.
I'll talk to Cal. I'll buy him a Glazy Susan.
He's a big fan of donuts. You should
give him a big picture.
I was having this discussion the other day with my partner Soph, who decorated. If anyone's hiring, this is all her stuff, except for the garbage. That's mine. But I am not a sweets person. Not that I don't like it necessarily, but I don't eat donuts. I don't really eat cake. I don't know. I prefer cheese and salty stuff. So when we had this big discussion we did a donuts taking over Worcester cover story a few months back. And I was sitting there like, you guys are fucking crazy. I don't give a shit about donuts. They were battling back and forth about who had the best donuts, who was trash donuts. And as editor, I felt pretty ill prepared because I didn't have anything to say. I felt like it kind of set me back a little bit. Like I didn't have a voice as editor.
Yeah, I mean, but as editor too, you also have to. Part of it is like deferring to others who have the opinion, right? Like the editor can't have an opinion on everything.
Thank you. You're right. Yeah. So I start with having an opinion on nothing. My opinion at this point is I want everybody to know I'm doing my best, and if I fuck it up, I'm back in the truck. So I am doing my best.
A step up from the warehouse, though. So that's good.
Absolutely. Although I will say I learned a lot about myself and about how much I could trust the people around me.
Yeah. How COVID safe was the warehouse?
Big zero, man. It was tough. It was exciting. The cool part about that job was that it was exciting, actually, is the real key there. The cool part about that job is I lost like 20 pounds immediately and became like a superhero strong. I'm not anymore, obviously, but for a little while there, you're only lifting things as fast as possible while someone tells you you're an idiot, which for a month or so was great. I needed that. But then if every day somebody tells you that, because I wore a mask immediately. I wore a mask to work. There's too many people there. It's too crazy. When you have your supervisor telling you that they don't, it's a shame that people are supposed to wear a mask because they don't believe in it. I got a little mouthy, as I'm sure you can imagine, and wasn't the best time. But
you know what, pal? You go.
I wasn't fired. I was offered a job back in high school. Oh yeah. Oh man. FedEx. I'm fed up. Heard that joke a million times.
Josh, is it true Foxfires is writing new material? Your band?
Oh, dude, thank you. Oh, I thought it was just going to be about the darkness and the pain.
No.
But speaking of darkness and pain, Foxfires has a new record coming soon. We've already written it. We recorded at God City with Zach Weeks. We're putting it out through Glue Man Records, which is
on what?
a label located here in Worcester. Glue Man Records.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm feeling kind of shitty right now because I'd love to name drop the folks running it, but not sure if it's supposed to be kind of a secret or not. So, anyways, some really badass.
That's my read on it too.
I could see if I ran a label, even my position now, I probably wouldn't want to cross-pollinate. So I imagine they may not want to. But awesome guy. Anybody knows them, they're incredible. We're really excited. I just finished up a storyboard with our director friend for a music video we're filming in March, and then we'll be dropping that and putting out a new 7-inch, hopefully March. But our timeline's changed a little bit with COVID. It's like, who cares? We want it out because we wrote it and we've been listening to it now long enough to be sick of it. But there's no hard date, but we're hoping March, and we're really excited. Our drummer Connor did all the imagery for the album. We're writing up the video. Our friend is doing the music video, and we're putting it out through a friend's label. So that is good, man.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We also have a surprise cover on there that I think people are going to be pretty weirded out by, which is cool.
Oh, really? That's exciting.
Oh yeah. We wrote a Foxfires record and then also recorded a 90s like alt rock song. So guys, I won't give up more than that.
Let's all guess, and if anyone wants to guess in the comments, let's do it.
Guess in the chat, yeah.
Doug, what do you an alt 90s rock song? What do you think it is?
Of what?
The cover of that Josh's band did. It's an alt rock 90s song.
Unbelievable. EMF.
That's a pretty good
Honestly,
guess.
I would.
Oh yeah, you should go do that.
We're gonna hit up God City and see if we can do another jam. That was a good song.
Ryan, what about you? What's your guess?
I feel like Deep Blue Something, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Ooh. Oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, so everyone's going to be wildly disappointed. Not that they weren't going to be already.
I'm guessing a Third Eye Blind song.
No, I've been in a band that covered them before. I have rules.
Oh,
I can officially say that I've sang Third Eye Blind karaoke in front of a couple thousand people in my life, which is kind of exciting.
That is actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
And you know what's shitty is I tried to do it once with a friend at Ralph's karaoke. This is obviously pre-COVID, and we butchered it, man. It was so shitty and shameful. It reminded me like that rise to the top that you don't deserve. This is why you get knocked down. I should have gotten a singing coach.
What? I mean, is karaoke going to be a thing ever again?
I'm going to bring my own mic, man. I'm bringing my own mic to karaoke. Just stick your cord out, bam. It's going to be a little more expensive, but imagine that release, dude. You're singing on your own, obviously golden microphone.
I'm just picturing it. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring the microphone that Jonathan Davis from Korn used to use, the naked lady one.
Look at Josh's face.
Okay. This isn't a question that anyone asked, so I'm sorry. Now that I'm 4 Willie Super Brews deep, this is how it goes. My first ever big show I ever saw was the Korn. What the fuck was that tour called? Family Values
tour. Yeah.
Great.
Oh, man.
I went with the drummer of Foxfires, my childhood friend, and my father, who we made wear a Korn shirt so we didn't look lame. He was a good sport. I think that was the last time that he was a good sport about anything, frankly.
My mom wouldn't let me go to any of the Family Values tour. I would listen to WBCN with a tape and wait for Korn or Limp Bizkit or Who else was on that tour?
Ronstein.
Yes. I would wait.
That was the last time they were allowed to play in Worcester.
Dude, they were supposed to do. They were doing a stadium tour last summer, and me and my girlfriend had tickets, and we had really good seats too. And if they don't come back, if they don't do that show, I am. Oh God, I can't even handle it. That's the only thing keeping me going.
It was beautiful. My father, all jokes aside, is obviously not a fan of nu metal. Actually, I guess it's not obvious. You don't know my dad. He might be a huge fan, but he isn't. He isn't a fan. He's a Chris de Burgh fan. Wavy and red.
Wavy and red. Shawnee and red.
Jam.
Hey, there is. This is like we're getting deep cut now, but it's just because we're all hanging out. And I haven't hung out with Josh in forever. Video. Did you know there's a competitive canoe dancing? That's a thing.
Do you dance with the canoe or dance in the canoe?
You are in the canoe and you're like gets in the water, just like
deep thrusting. That seems pretty sexual.
There is if you look up like canoe dance lady in red on YouTube, you'll find one of the most beautiful satisfying videos ever. It is it's perfect. Right after the Bruins lose in overtime tonight.
Because they only scored one goal. Really missed opportunity for them not calling it canoodling.
Brian, that's why you make the big bucks. Which I feel like we all have in common. It's the big bucks.
We all. That's why we're streaming on Twitch right now, because we make the big bucks.
I don't tire squeal out of Dunkin' Donuts because I don't have a single dollar in my wallet ever. Never, not once.
Josh, if we did one D&D campaign recently on Twitch, would you play D&D with us?
100%. This microphone, my new conference room mic, I got it for $20 on Amazon, specifically to DM for my partner Soph and our friends. It's been awesome.
Hell yeah.
Well,
all right.
And I would prefer not to. I'm a terrible DM. I've only played a few games of Dungeons and Dragons before I DM'd, but I was the most versed.
It's fine. We have Maddie T. So
yeah, Maddie T's our DM.
Oh, Maddie T's the only DM I've ever had.
He's amazing.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Does anybody now? I wish I could see the comments live. I know I could before, but I full screened. If there's any chance that my good friends and former roommates Anita and Tito are watching, I have a story to tell that I think they'll appreciate. And Brian, you perhaps may have been there. I can't recall. Many years ago, we had an awesome, ongoing D&D campaign with Matty T that was just incredible, game changer. And he decided he wanted to take the risk of trying to do a monthly D&D night at Ralph's upstairs. And he just blew it out. And man, it was incredible. It was like candles and music. And like, it was just so next level. And at the time, me and Tito, we knew each other, but he had just moved into my apartment. And I'd invited him along. I said, hey, play this cool game. You're into like role-playing games and stuff. He shows up so fucking drunk. And you know me, like I was drunk too. Like, yeah, right, exactly. So there's like drunk, and everybody gets it. It's all good. You know, you're not causing problems. Then there's like crazy drunk, and then there's like where Tito's at. He had been doing a nip pinata before he came. And I had been telling him these stories of this campaign, like, dude, you'll never believe it. Our buddy Ricardo was like, oh, can I try to put my dick in the lock and unlock it? Like doing this funny D&D stuff. So Tito ran with that to the nth degree and starts right out of the gate, classic D&D setup. We're in a small town. I think it was the Curse of Strad, whatever campaign we were doing. And he had asked the innkeep. He goes, hey, can I try to fuck the innkeep? Yeah. He's like,
hey guys, I gotta go. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh,
bye, Doug.
Doug's going on stage right now. Bye, guys.
So can I try to fuck the innkeep? And Matty T's being a good sport. He's like, all right, roll charisma, I guess, to talk to her. And she's like, no, let's talk away from me. He does this for so long that everybody at the table is like uncomfortable. Like, it's no longer funny. It's way beyond funny. You're just trying to like bang the innkeeper when it's toast. And he ends up, we get to this room filled with skeletons. This is a couple hours later. We're all in it now. And he's like, you come up and you see all these skeletons, but there's a glitter and there's a glimmer in their eye and something's up. What do you guys do? And we're all like, oh shit, we should like check for magic, or maybe we could like I do a perception check. And Tito's like, I'm jumping in. And Maddie's a good DM. He's like, are you sure you want to do that? And he was like, yeah, I'm jumping in. And we're all kind of over it. So he dives in, immediately gets murdered into dust. And Maddie has to explain to him that he's dead forever. Like, your character's dead, man. You're done. Nobody has the skills to bring you back. He's so upset. He gets caught having brought his own beer to the bar. We all get in trouble. And never again. Maddie was so disgusted with all of us. There was never another D&D night. That was it. So I'm sorry, everyone. While it was Tito's behavior, I invited him. So it's on both of us.
What an admission. Wow.
I live with that every day.
Rules. It's the best. Maddie's so good at it.
He's incredible, man. He's great. His old man actually gave Tito a D20. So.
Oh, wow. That's big. That's big. His dad's like big time.
Yeah, right. Oh, we were all blown away. He still has it. I think he should. I hope he does.
Yeah.
I hope he does too. He keeps it in his pocket every day.
Just rolls it. Tries to roll a natural 20.
Oh,
Guys,
shit.
as a producer, I think we should talk about how Josh can kill the Doug in the next D&D campaign. Because now that Doug's gone and he did the beautiful Irish goodbye, it's going to be great to kill him.
Yeah, Doug, in our last game, Doug hashtag Doug the Betrayer. Doug betrayed all of us, and he became an evil warlord and killed all of our characters. So maybe you have to come avenge us, I think is maybe the way we go. Here we go. Doug the Betrayer.
I am absolutely 100% into play some D&D. Love it. Being the Dungeon Master has given me a whole new respect for that role. Actually, that's my stuff. This is all my gaming stuff.
Oh, hell yes. Absolutely.
Do you see?
Feast your eyes.
Gaze upon.
I'm at a table. This is terrible.
All right, Josh, thank you so much for coming on the show. Thank you so much for being here. I want to cut you so you can at least watch the end of the Bruins. I feel like
nowhere else to go.
I feel like the stepkid to a dad who he's like, I don't know much about my stepdad, but I just know he loves the Bruins. And I have to let him watch that. So
yeah, it's okay. The recital's not a big deal. You can go watch the Bruins.
If I can't. He has to be able to watch it. If he gets more than 4 Willie Super Brews in him, he gets like crazy. And so I just gotta.
Briscoe just looked over at me and it went, yeah. They hit the nail on the head. But don't pin the fact that you gotta change your baby on me, bro.
Everyone, go read the Pulse magazine. Josh puts his heart and soul into it. It's a different paper now, thanks to Josh and Kevin Law. Please go check that out and check out when next time we play D&D. Josh will be there.
Love it.
And listen to Foxfires.
Please.
Yeah.
The 29 cents in royalties I get a year is all I have.
March, you said?
Yeah, end of March.
Great. Thanks, Josh. Love you, buddy.
Later, Josh.
Oh, that was fun. Huh?
Yeah.
It was a good show.
That was an incredible show.
Yeah.
We did great. Doug did bad, but me and you did great.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is that Doug won't be on the show anymore because he'll have died of COVID.
Yeah. We have actually something, a surprise of sorts for everybody to announce tomorrow night. Travis, you want to jump in here with us? We are. Oh, he does not. Oh, okay. Dragged him in here.
I just learned this.
Yeah, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. We said right, 8 o'clock.
think so.
Right back here on Twitch, twitch.tv/WootenAndyComedy. We're going to be playing Jackbox games with a bunch of our friends. We're going to be streaming that. We'll have audience participation options. We want feedback from you guys. We want to see how this goes so we can keep doing it in the future. Try and get as many people kind of in, just making this a regular thing. So,
Brian, you're wearing a Jackbox.
I am. Yeah. If nobody has played the greatest Jackbox game ever created, it's called TKO. It's a game where you just draw things and write things and make T-shirts, and then they face off against each other. And then at the end, you can buy all of the T-shirts, and they will send them to you no matter what they say on them. And I want to just prove that by showing you guys the T-shirt that I'm wearing right now.
Glorious. My playground,
my rules. That is my life. That is my catchphrase now. That's how I live my life.
Your motto, your credo.
Yeah, all three of us are going to be on, and a bunch of other people as well. Please come play with us at the end of at least that game, where we'll put up the link so you can buy all the T-shirts that we come up with.
Yes,
it's none of the money is for us, but we just want them out in the world. So please come hang out with us tomorrow night. Please follow us on all of our.
That's my parents.
That's
Nani and Pop. That's their grandparents' names.
That's so sweet.
That is much too wholesome for Twitch. Change that into something. But yeah,
Nani and Pop on these nuts.
Bravo.
Oh, good God, we're idiots.
Yeah, tomorrow night we're gonna have a bunch of friends hanging out. It's gonna be a good time, and then we're gonna have ways for the audience to participate. So jump on in, pop in the comments. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Casual Sunday night. What are the Sunday screamies? What are they?
Scaries.
Sunday screamies.
Hey,
we're stealing it.
Yep.
No, I don't know. Everything's a little nicer now, but
yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Again, Etel, Haxhiaj, Carolyn Riley, Logan O'Brien,
Josh
Lyford, Brian O'Donnell, fuck Doug Gurton. Give it up for our producer, Travis Duda.
Yeah.
Give it up for Sean Connolly, the host of this beautiful thing.
Give it up for my baby who's been crying for the last 20 minutes, and I've been feeling really guilty about it. I broke a sweat.
Give it up for Mairead, who let us keep going.
Yes.
All right, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Bye.
Goodbye. Till tomorrow.